Hi, some thoughts for today, the 18th Sunday in Trinity. On his 25th birthday in 2008, Adam Braun decided to give up his lucrative career in Wall Street to follow a very different path. His change, his move, was prompted by an experience he had in India 4 years earlier. Here, his eyes were opened to poverty, pain and suffering on a scale he had never imagined. He met a young boy, covered in dirt from head to toe, begging for money and food. "If you could have anything in the world, what would you want most?" Adam asked, expecting the boy to ask for money, a toy or an iPad. "A pencil," the boy replied. He reached into his backpack and pulled out an HP pencil and watched as a wave of possibility washed over the boy's face. "For me," says Adam, "the pencil was a writing utensil, but for him it was a key to new worlds and possibilities." In 2008, Pencils for Promise was born. Since then, 418 schools have been built in Ghana, Guatemala, Lagos and Nicaragua. Children given an education to change their world because one man, Adam Braun, changed his world. Last Monday, we were asked to pause for a moment to remember those who devote their energies and experience to education. Through their work and devotion, they seek to open up and make available different worlds, different ideas, and different opportunities. Jesus, throughout his earthly life, wanted to do exactly the same, to open hearts and minds to a different world, different ideas, and different opportunities. Jesus came alongside people and asked, "Are you available? Are you available to listen to something different? Are you available to see God at work in a new way? Are you available for a new challenge, a new direction? Are you available to accept God's invitation?" These are the questions that Jesus asks in his parables, in his teaching, and through his miracles. Are you available? As we know, the disciples said yes, even though at times I expect they wondered what they'd said yes to. Then those around Jesus said yes, and many of these people who were labelled either as sinners or tax collectors, publicans and prostitutes were all outside the law. They had been taught and told that God's kingdom was not available to them. They were told that they did not fit. There was no place for them. They were unclean, so therefore the blessings of the kingdom were not available. However, Jesus comes along and says the opposite. He says, no matter about your birthplace, your work, your health, your history, God's kingdom and its blessings are available to you. For so long, so many people had felt isolated and alienated by the authorities of the day. They suffered such a poor feeling of self-worth as they knew they were discarded and excluded. So here is Jesus talking with them, eating with them, and saying God's kingdom is available to you. All you have to do is say yes to know God's love for you. At the same time as saying this to the people, Jesus turns to the authorities, the keepers of the law, and asks them to see with new eyes, to love with a new heart, and see how God is making his love available to all. Come to the banquet, says Jesus, to feast and celebrate with all people. Some, like Nicodemus and Joseph of Arimathea, were able to say yes, to unlearn all they had been taught and start again. Others, as we know, found it impossible and hated what Jesus was saying and actively sought to get rid of him. How could Jesus say that God's love and mercy would be available to such riffraff? Others just shook their heads and ignored what Jesus was saying, by just going about their business. People to see, places to go, as we hear into Jesus' story today. Back in the 80s, there was a very gentle song by the Corgis called If I Had You. I could change the world if I had you. At the heart of Jesus' words and actions is the invitation. Are you available? He says, if I had you, I could change the world. Our faith is a special and personal relationship, a relationship that can change the world. Many feel they are not hungry to feast at God's table, so they make themselves unavailable. However, the hunger is there. Jesus' invitation, are you available, is still there. Our hunger to change the world makes us say, yes, Lord, I am available. Keep well, keep safe, and God bless.